When news broke that Michael Jai White and Bolo Young would finally settle their rivalry in the ring, the martial arts community went absolutely wild. This wasn't just another fight. This was the collision of two completely different fighting philosophies, two contrasting styles that had been brewing for years. The backstory? Both men had carved their names into martial arts legend through different paths. White, the lightning-fast multiple black belt champion with Hollywood credentials, versus Young, the intimidating powerhouse who terrorized opponents across multiple decades. Their mutual respect had always been tinged with the question, who would win in a real fight? White entered the arena like a predator stalking prey. White entered the arena like a predator stalking prey. His reputation preceded him. This was a man who held legitimate black belts in 7 different martial arts disciplines. Standing 6'1" with the lean, athletic build of a natural fighter, White represented technical perfection incarnate. His strengths were absolutely terrifying to opponents. White's technique was flawless. Witnesses described his combinations as textbook perfect, executed at superhuman speed. His versatility was unmatched, seamlessly blending karate, taekwondo, and boxing into a devastating hybrid system. The man had speed that seemed almost supernatural, honed through years of tournament competition and Hollywood fight choreography. White's intellectual approach to fighting set him apart. He studied opponents like a chess master, identifying weaknesses and exploiting them with surgical precision. His conditioning was that of a true athlete. He could maintain high-intensity output while most fighters were gasping for air. His kicks were like whips, his punches like pistons, each technique delivered with biomechanical perfection. But here's where it gets interesting. White's greatest strength was also his potential weakness. His style relied heavily on technical superiority and precise execution. He was a thinking fighter, preferring to outmaneuver opponents through superior skill rather than raw aggression. This approach had served him well in controlled environments, but against a pure brawler, it could become problematic. White's tournament and movie background meant he was used to fighting under specific conditions. Real combat, even in a controlled environment, demanded different mental approaches. His perfectionist nature sometimes led to overthinking in chaotic situations. When Young stepped into the arena, you could feel the atmosphere shift. This wasn't just another fighter. This was a man who'd built his reputation on being absolutely unstoppable once unleashed. His 5'6" frame carried 240 pounds of solid muscle that looked like it had been forged in some ancient furnace. Young brought something White had rarely faced: overwhelming physical presence combined with decades of real fighting experience. His bodybuilding background had given him functional strength that was simply terrifying. Those arms looked like they could crush steel. His fighting style was primitive but devastatingly effective. Get close, grab hold, and destroy. The man's intimidation factor was legendary. Stories circulated about his training methods, lifting massive weights, breaking boards with his bare hands, the kind of old-school conditioning that built both physical and mental toughness. Young could absorb tremendous punishment and keep coming forward, something that gave him a massive psychological advantage. His experience was equally impressive. Young had been fighting when White was still in diapers. He'd faced every type of opponent imaginable, from skilled technicals to street brawlers. This wealth of experience had taught him how to adapt, how to find ways to win even when outclassed technically. But Young had his vulnerabilities too. His aggressive, straightforward style could become predictable against mobile opponents. At his age, his speed and flexibility weren't what they once were. His reliance on power and intimidation could backfire against fighters who refused to be intimidated. When the bell rang, White immediately established his rhythm with snake-like jabs, testing distance and timing. Young began his methodical advance, cutting off angles and reducing White's maneuvering space. The first significant exchange came 90 seconds in. White landed a picture-perfect spinning back kick to Young's solar plexus. But Young's response was brutal, a wild haymaker followed by a grab attempt that forced White into frantic footwork. By round 4, something shifted. White's movement lost its effortless quality under Young's constant pressure, while the legendary powerhouse looked like he was just warming up. The decisive moment came in round 5. White threw his signature jab cross-high kick combination, but Young caught the kick and slammed White against the cage wall. For the first time, White looked genuinely rattled. The 8th round was pure warfare. White threw caution to the wind with rapid-fire techniques, but Young weathered the storm like a mountain enduring a hurricane, pressing forward with prehistoric determination. When the final bell rang, both fighters embraced with genuine respect. Michael Jai White won by split decision through effective striking, technical superiority, and ring control. White won because he adapted when his initial approach failed. His intellectual fighting style allowed him to solve the puzzle that was Bolo Young, proving that technical evolution and adaptability could overcome raw physical dominance. Both men left as legends, but only one left as victor.
The final fight between Bolo and Frank Dux is legendary, showcasing Bolo's skill. Tiger Claws 1. In Tiger Claws 1, Bolo takes on a new challenge in the form of intimidation and his unique ability to deliver a truly punishing performance. It's a fight scene that still stands the test of time. 5. A martial arts showdown that tests both his strength and his technique. The fight